Here, go, Myla. Look over there, Myla. Over there. Not at me. Over there. Hi guys, welcome back to Sweetie Pie Pets. I recently got a question from viewer Southern Lady. Her 15-year-old Maltese Lacey has been having problems with her dewclaws. Lacey's dewclaw nails have gotten brittle with age, and now they're starting to split and they get caught on things. And Southern Lady states that she knows I've done it both ways, but she wants to know my current view on whether or not you should remove a puppy's dewclaws. She just stares at me. Myla, I love you too. Well, first off, thank you so much, Southern Lady, for the great question. And you're right, I have gone both ways on whether or not to remove dewclaws. Of my 4 girls, Myla has her dewclaws, but Margot, Raina, and Sabrina do not. Myla, did you like having dewclaws? Is it so much nicer? So a quick overview. The dewclaw is basically the thumb on a dog, and it's up high on the back of their front feet, and it doesn't even touch the ground when they're walking. And most sweetie pies don't really have much use for their dewclaws. Most people have the opinion that the dewclaw is more of a source of potential problems than anything. And if you don't want your dog to have dewclaws, it makes sense to remove them in the first couple days of life. At birth, the dewclaws are not much more than a skin tag, and they can easily be removed. None of the tendons have connected, and even just the breeder can do it right at home. It's a simple procedure done without any anesthesia. And in case you're wondering, yes, I have removed dewclaws myself. I removed Raina's, Margot's, and Sabrina's. So again, dewclaws serve very little purpose, and the nails definitely require monthly trimming. All dogs walk on their 4 main toes, and the dewclaw is well off the ground and thus doesn't naturally get ground down when the dog's walking around. And dewclaws, as the nail grows, it curves around, and if it gets too long, it can actually start piercing into your sweetie pie's paw. Oh my, that would be so painful. So if your dog has its dewclaws, you absolutely must be sure to trim the nails monthly. And dewclaw nails can get caught on things around the house, such as your dog's bed or your bed or furniture or even their own fur. And if it does get snagged on something, it can actually tear the dewclaw and result in an injury that would require a vet visit. And obviously that would be very painful for your sweetie pie. Southern Lady, your comment was very timely because it was just a couple of days ago that I heard Myla crying. So I went running downstairs to see what the problem was, and somehow she had gotten her 2 dewclaws interlocked together, and they were stuck, and she was laying on her back and she couldn't turn over. Poor Myla. I don't know what would happen if I hadn't been home because it was really stuck and she was in a lot of pain. I'm so sorry that happened. Oh. I had honestly never seen that happen before, but I have seen her get it stuck in her bedding often. Myla, I love you too. And as you mentioned, Southern Lady, your sweet Lacey has brittle nails too, and she's starting to get them caught in things as well. Poor Lacey. Poor Myla.
Myla.
Now, removing dewclaws on a puppy is a very controversial subject. Some might even consider dewclaw removal as a type of mutilation, similar to docking their tail or cropping a dog's ears. However, unlike docking your dog's tail or ears, which is done for aesthetic reasons, removing a dog's dewclaws is done for practical reasons. And yes, in case you're wondering, it is painful to the puppy having it removed. But the pain is quick, and like I said, it's basically like removing a little skin tag at birth. The puppy usually cries out quickly, and then is fine. So you'd have to decide if a little pain is worth it to have your dog's dewclaws removed. It's either a little pain early on, or possibly a major injury later on in life. And by the way, if your dog's dewclaws were not removed at birth, you can have them removed later on, but it has to be done by a vet because at that point it's actual surgery. So as I mentioned earlier, dewclaws serve little purpose. Keyword, little. But it is a myth to think the dewclaws are entirely useless. For example, your sweetie pie might use her dewclaws to grip the ground better when running and wanting to change direction suddenly. Also, some sporting breeds use the dewclaws to help them get out of the water. That's not really an issue with chihuahuas. You hate water, huh? And finally, something that I have witnessed myself, your sweetie pie might use her dewclaws to help her grip something while chewing. I've seen Myla actually hold things like this. Wow, that's impressive. The dewclaws, even though they are not opposable thumbs, they can help when holding an object in place. So to recap, dewclaws do serve a purpose, but a relatively minor one. And dogs live just fine without them and can avoid possible injury. So the big question, what do I do? So obviously, as mentioned earlier, I have removed dewclaws in the past. But I'll be honest with you, I have recently stopped removing my puppy's dewclaws. My issue is I struggle with putting those little sweetie pies through the pain of the removal, even if it's just momentary. So keeping the dewclaws does create the need to maintain and trim the nail. And it's definitely a bit more inconvenient. Each month I have to make sure to take my nail clipper or my nail grinder and trim them up a bit. Huh, Mila? It's just your favorite. And that's really the source of most of the problems. The dewclaw does not get ground down naturally and gets, shall we say, neglected. So it's just important to put that on your calendar. Once a month, trim that dewclaw nail. I truly understand why sweetie pie mommies and daddies would want their puppies' dewclaws removed, so I place zero judgment on anyone for removing dewclaws. There is a valid and practical reason for having them removed. But I would like your opinion on the matter, so please leave your comment below. Should humans be removing dogs' dewclaws, or should we leave them be? You can follow my sweetie pies on Instagram and on TikTok. I post snazzy pictures and funny videos over there. And if you like my content, I'd like to invite you to support me on Buy Me a Coffee. It's a safe and easy way to financially support your favorite content creators. And to see each week exclusive video of my sweetie pies. And a great big thank you to my current supporters who have already helped me out quite a bit. Thank you so much. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/sweetiepiepets. And I'll put the link in the description below. I hope I answered your question, Southern Lady, and I'd like to give a big kiss and a hug to Lacey. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Sweetie Pie Pets. Bye-bye. Say bye, Mila. I can just feel her tail wagging against the back of my arm. Oh. Say bye.